This is the Debrief at Decision Tactical.
We're here with Steve Kelley. He's the Assistant Director of a Central Florida Police Academy. Want to get some insight, get to know him a little bit better, hear about his background, and get on into it. So with that said, what is your background and where are you from, too?
Local boy from West Orange County, deep in the backwoods of West Orange County. Love it. And grew up, like I said, grew up there. I just been real blessed. I have been in the law enforcement career field since 1985.
No way.
Been a corrections officer, a police officer, and been working at one of the local academies now, Central Florida, for 16 years. I'm the assistant director. So we make sure that we have the highest trained police officers out there. So we train police officers and corrections officers.
How many police officers are there out there in Central Florida? I don't know. Do we know statistics like that?
I'll give you a statistic.
Yeah, cool.
It won't be accurate. 17,205. That is a good question. I have no clue.
Gotcha. I don't know. I was just thinking, all the people go through the academy. It was just a thought.
Well, we put a few hundred through every year.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's cool. Our academy just keeps pumping out. It's a guardian factory.
How many counties are you working with? A lot.
We basically take care of all the agencies, all the law enforcement agencies in Orange County, but we also have some from Seminole County and Osceola County that use us.
Perfect.
We're really awesome at what we do.
I'm sure. I know you don't accept anything less than awesome. That's the metric. We wanted to get some insight into the security and law enforcement side of what happened recently with the assassination attempt with President Trump. I wanted to know, what was your first initial reaction when you saw or heard that on TV or wherever you heard that?
It wasn't a happy one, obviously, because we had a former president that was shot.
Insane.
And in this line of work, in law enforcement, you don't get do-overs.
Yeah.
So mistakes come at a real high price. And when something like that happens, the first thing you're looking at is, did somebody mess up?
Yeah.
So if so, where was it? So that's the first thing. It's like, dang, man, that hurt. It just hurt law enforcement, in our heart that, that's somebody we're protecting. And Donald Trump in particular, he's somebody that gets emotion out of almost everybody.
Sure, one way or the other. Yeah,
right?
Certainly.
But if you're assigned to protect him, you got to know that this guy has a lot of haters out there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's, trying to choose good words, there's politicians, deep politicians, high-ranking politicians. There's celebrities that have made statements that he needs to be shot or he should have a target on his back. And so, okay, if they're putting that message out there, then certainly people that aren't so stable are receiving that message and thinking, well, this is okay because these national leaders are saying this stuff. And there's plenty of video footage where, please verify what I'm saying. Right?
Yeah.
I've got a Navy intelligence background also, and our motto was trust God, verify everyone else.
Understood.
So please verify anything that comes out of my mouth. You'll find it to be true.
Yeah.
So when you've got so many people that are influential saying that guy should be shot, you need to up security. It needs to be a serious priority.
So what is standard security measures that are set in place for high-profile figures like that, whether it be the president or otherwise? What is a standard way to go about something like that?
All right, now, I will not speak from the Secret Service perspective as I haven't been there. I have been local law enforcement, and we've worked together. As you'll see at all these events, Secret Service come in, it's their command. They come in advance. They mesh with local law enforcement, walk the scene, do an advance of the scene. They know the route that the president's going to take to get there.
Yeah.
They've sent a crew to go through there with a fine-tooth comb and just check for any security concerns, fix everything in advance before there's a problem. They detail all that out. They script it. Then they have local law enforcement. We work alongside them, and they give us specific assignments. And we're working together. We're communicating
with the
together.
local, yeah.
But there's a person that's in charge of all that, and that person's Secret Service. So they come to us, we'd all get assignments, but in advance, they've already done advanced work to secure the area. And then we'll hold it. We, the local jurisdiction, will hold the area. We'll provide additional SWAT snipers and crews out there to watch.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to support them the best we can. Now, in this case, I think the local police, their assignment was traffic, and that was just due to staffing. They had enough to do traffic, and that's it. So any other report we've heard, it's inaccurate. All right, so Secret Service, they meet with us, they come up with a plan,
Yeah.
and we have down to the minute. Guy's going to arrive at this time. Doors are going to open. He's coming out. He'll be on stage at this time. I mean, it's detailed out.
Like that.
Yeah, specific. And then, of course, as you've seen, there are going to be counter sniper teams placed about. There's going to be officers and agents throughout the crowd. It should be swarmed with them, plus the guys that are close by that are the human shields. So that's what we should see, and that's what we know. So my question to you, buddy,
Yeah, let's hear it.
knowing you as I do, okay, I'm gonna put you in charge of the whole scene. You're the
Okay.
commander here, in charge of. Remember, your goal is to keep former president safe. All right, that's your goal.
All
You
right.
got to get to the event and back. You got to keep him safe. You're in charge of the whole scene. What is one thing you could have done to prevent him from getting shot?
I don't know. What I've read and heard so far is that they knew about this threat, and we probably could have not let him go on that stage. Yeah, I feel like that was a no-brainer in that one, or kind of, at least.
No, you're straight up. Sometimes if we just make it simple and you look at it with common sense, you go, okay, somebody messed up here.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're protecting me, and I'd appreciate it.
Right? I'll do what I can. I'll do what I can.
You've got the motorcade on its way, but this suspect had been identified as suspicious up to an hour before the shooting. So that means law enforcement and Secret Service have been contacted by the citizens about it. The person in charge should be made aware by now. So the one thing we could have done, common sense, is let's hold back on Big Bird here. Let's hold Trump back.
Yeah.
His health is what we're here for. So he can always speak in 20 minutes. You know, we don't have to rush this.
No one's going anywhere.
Exactly. Let's take care of that threat. Let's go investigate this suspicious person. That's just too easy.
So, not that you were there, not that you were part of the conversations, but why do you think that might have went that way?
Bro.
Yeah.
Right there. We can just start throwing darts, because it could be a number of reasons.
Yeah.
But it was an oversight, maybe times a few.
Yeah.
Because there were numerous, I've seen numerous cell phone videos of, here's that guy, look at that guy, walking. I've seen video footage of him pacing. And what I mean by pacing, I mean measured footsteps. He's out in the area they're saying is secured, and he's pacing. There's other video of him with a rangefinder.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Right. At any moment, somebody should come investigate. At any moment, because you hear the citizens calling it in. All right. Then once he makes the rooftop, it's like, okay, I have no clue what we're waiting on now. What I would love to see is a third-party objective investigation.
Yeah.
Because
I think we need it.
Yeah, well, I'm watching the head of the Secret Service and listening to the words, and the words aren't matching the actions.
Yeah.
And when you talk to the witnesses, the words don't hold water. And then I saw the interviews from the people of that township that hold office, and they're saying, no, that's not correct, and that's not correct.
No.
Definitely want that third-party investigation.
So I have a different type of question. What do you think would have happened if he got hit? And like, meaning not just hit, but I mean like he was actually assassinated. Yeah, it was like
Man, that would have been a bad day for the country.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a former president.
Yeah.
And again, like him or not, respect the office. And I'm a patriot, so I'm always going to respect the president, regardless of who's in the role. He's representing us, and somehow we allowed that to happen. There were some failures, and I said some to mean more than a failure.
Yeah.
There's a number of failures that had to happen for this to transpire. And straight up, my belief, because you said I could talk about my opinion.
If you'd like, yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
It's a God that former President Trump's alive. Because when you look at it's a fraction of a difference from a true brain-piercing headshot to getting his ear pierced. And the dude had time to zero in.
Yeah, he said they claim that's an easy shot for a certain person who's shooting.
Yeah, so he had time.
Oh, yeah.
And he got off, depending on the reports, 5 to 8 shots.
Wow.
And the trajectory, at least of the one that hit him, had he not turned his head. To me, I'm going to go out and say, thank you, God, because that's divine intervention.
Understood. Mm-hmm. So you don't know what might have happened.
Well, you look at when Kennedy got shot and killed.
Yeah.
There was just all kinds of expressions of grief and anger. And now, again, Trump polarizes.
Yes, he does.
You get both sides. Folks that love him, folks that just want to kill him. And, man, that could be, who knows, that could lead to civil war, man. That's craziness right there.
Ever Google yourself and surprised at what you find? I have. Did not like what I saw. All my information is out there. I regularly receive spam calls, weird text messages, even experience card fraud. We need better protection. How did I even get our info? Well, thanks to today's sponsor, Aura, I now know. Aura shows me which and how many data brokers are selling my information. These data brokers make a fortune selling my and your information. They also make it hard to get your information removed from these sites, but Aura solves that by automatically submitting opt-out requests on my behalf. This helps reduce the amount of spam I receive, and I feel much more secure knowing my personal information isn't as exposed. I promise you, you have information exposed right now. Just Google yourself and find out. Best case scenario, more spam. Worst case scenario, hackers and scammers are getting into your financial accounts. Do we want that? I don't think so. I value my privacy and I value yours. Go to aura.com/decisiontactical to start your 2-week free trial. The link is in the description. Go check it out.
If the building was so secure, why was there no perimeter around that building? Like what the law, I'm
going to say a mistake occurred.
Okay.
And again, there's conflicting statements. So I hear the head of Secret Service saying that was the responsibility of securing that building was of the local jurisdiction, and that's inaccurate. They only had to do traffic. There were cops inside the building.
Mm-hmm.
It was a rally point, a staging area. It was like their intel, their place where they were hunkered down. But something like that has a line of sight view directly of the stage, a building like that should have been monitored. It should have been occupied, and I mean the roof occupied. You don't have to have a sniper. I mean, that's the best case scenario.
Yeah.
But just having somebody up there, even if it's, look, man, I'd be happy if it was private security. Just, hey, man, stand the post here and don't let anybody on the roof. And while you're here, keep your head on a swivel. Report what you see. That was too easy.
But if Secret Service and law enforcement did have eyes or were able to see stuff, why was there lack of communication?
Dude.
Yeah, right?
This thing is one of those, what do they call them? Polite words is goat rope. From start. I mean, there's just so many things that need a full investigation of, because numerous people see suspect.
Yeah.
They definitely determine he's a suspect because now he's got a gun. I've heard conflicting reports. Okay, so what we've seen one set of a sniper team from Secret Service. There were 2 sniper teams there.
Okay.
My latest understanding was the one scene, the one sniper team we see that are on the roof with the great incline. That sniper team is allegedly not the ones that did the shoot, that took the dude out. So we've got my opponent here who's on a slope roof like this, and he's on that side. So the sniper team from over here may not have the best eyes. They may just see a small portion of them, a small one at best, maybe part of the scope. I don't know. But I don't think they were able to get proper eyes on him, but the other team was. And again, enough people saw the guy, it was reported. So far, the only response we have seen, the only reported response at this time was that a local cop went up to investigate. And they just clarified how that happened because there's been misreports of that. So my understanding is one cop helped lift the other cop up. So the top cop, if you will, was grabbing onto the side of the roof to pull himself up to get a view. Suspended. He's hanging by his hands. And as he pulls up, he sees our guy, and the guy wheels his gun toward the cop. The cop can't fight back. He's holding himself up. He lets go. He actually got hurt.
Wow.
Because he's like,
crazy.
no.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And now we got a guy up here for sure. It's been confirmed. It had already been reported to know, who knows how many times, but now, okay, how many times do you ignore this report? But it was seconds after that cop falling that now the sniper, the suspect, the shooter, starts pulling the trigger at the president. So that, in a manner of fact, that cop that fell may have saved the life of the president. Now, I'm going to thank God again.
Yeah.
But that rushed the dude's shot because now the dude knows, okay, I've definitely
got a window, like whatever it is.
So it's now. So he had to turn back and start doing his thing. And you heard, succession of shots coming out.
What do you say to civilians in these situations or others like it, or I don't know, anything in general? What advice do you give to civilians?
Wow. Run, hide, fight, dude. Active shooter stuff's real important.
Yeah.
Know your exits, but it's good to have that situational awareness. And I was relieved for the public because so many people in the public had situational awareness. Their heads were on a swivel. They were noticing, hey, one of these things ain't like the others. That guy's behavior. As a cop, we always train our people. You watch behaviors, you watch action. I don't care what you look like, that's irrelevant. But when you're at an area, the people that are there legitimately in the area have a certain behavior. So I'm focused on what stands out, what's different. And enough people noticed that dude's behavior was different. And man, were they right. My prayers go out to the family of the victims. Trump too, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame.
It's a shame that you're there at such an event. You're trying to be
supportive, whatever.
Yeah, support your country. And you got shot, man.
We're in Decision Tactical right now. We're in the green screen room. This is where we actually record all stuff for the scenarios, like active shooter situations, like our mall and our diner scenario. How do you think a place like this could mentally prepare and prepare situational awareness for?
Man, let me go back.
Yeah.
Little
Please.
history here, bro.
Let's do it.
One of your ninjas. These guys have a group of ninjas that work here and teach all kinds of martial artistry. It's incredible. One of them called me up. He says, "Hey, buddy, I work over here now." Kenny Kaiser, ninja. He says, "I work over here now. You got to come see it." Okay, it's good, dude, but I investigate. Remember, trust God, verify everything else. So I looked up, everything I could find about Decision Tactical, their owners, everything about the owners.
Yeah.
And then I ran into a buddy of mine that's also on staff out here as an instructor, Dave Haddock. That guy's just an operator. We go back 30 years or so. I call him up. I'm like, hey, what do you think of this place? He says, you got to come down. And as soon as I came down and saw it, I love this place. My whole background is training. I have been some form of a trainer since 1992 at one level or another, and trained thousands of folks. So when I came here and I saw what the team has put together, this is beyond anything I could imagine. We thought what we had was high-speed, good stuff. The simulators we had, we were like, nah, they're so cool, man, check it. And then I come here, and this is it. You know, this is the place I want to be. This is where I want to do my training. And the day I came for this tour now, so I think I hooked up with T. You know, I was referred to T. I called T up. He says, yeah, come on down. And T's a great guy. All energetic, just motivated IDF soldier. Good man. You know, I respect
definitely.
the guy. He gets me down here. And then I run into Remo. And Remo had a small tour group.
Oh, yeah.
So I meet him. They absorbed me into it, put a gun on me, hooked me up with some dude that's never done any military or police training, and they put us in scenarios. Okay, well, I've got 39 years of this in me. So I come through a scenario, you know, or an event, and it's just, man, it's Tuesday morning, bro. It's another day. It's what we do, right?
Yeah.
But I saw the quality and all the effects and just every detail that's here. Plus, I'm not standing in a room. I've got to advance using tactics and move from room to room. And as I advance through room to room, tactically, there's something new going on everywhere. And I've got to watch not just horizontal, but I got to look up.
Yeah, it's vertical as well.
Vertical.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it brought it to a next level. And I was like, okay, this is cool. And what I loved, I got a spanking. I got spanked, man. I didn't get shot. I didn't kill the wrong guy. All the correct people died and the correct people lived. But I got to see where I was rusty.
Yeah.
Okay, so 16 years ago, I retired from being an active duty cop, and I went into training mode and have worked my way up. And man, I'm like, whoa, you know, we took the scene down, did what we're supposed to do, save the world, and then we did an after-action briefing. And I'm like, whoa, I missed that, and I missed that, and I missed that, and I loved it. Everything was computerized, so it was recorded. You could show me where I messed up, because in Copland we have egos. I try to keep mine starving so it doesn't grow. But, you know, as I'm training somebody, I'll say, yo, dude, you messed up here, here, and here. I mean, this was awesome, but here, we got to fix these. And they'll tell me, no, man, I'm a ninja. You can't argue with the video. And here,
you get that feedback right away.
Quality video. And not just that, but computerized. My point of aim was here. My point of impact was here. Therefore, my gun handling was messed up.
Yeah.
So I saw that and went, man, I just love this place. And I wanted to affiliate as much as I could and help out so I could get the word this place is great. But I went through the scenarios with another dude.
Yes.
Who had no background. So, you know, I take lead and go. When we're done, Remo asked us, well, what do y'all think about it? I wanted to hear what the guy said. I know what I think. I need to know what he thinks. He said, it's emotion.
It's emotional.
I've never, in cop, you turn on work, tactic. You hit your tactic switch, you go to work. There's no emotion. It would mess us up. We got to be tactical. Flip the switch, go to work. And he said it's emotional. And I swear it took me 24 hours to digest that statement and the true depth of it. But that depth of it brought me the beauty of decision tactics. Because, I'm programmed.
Yeah.
I will give my life to save you guys, and there's no thought. It's like there's a threat. I got to get in between you and the threat. You're important. I've taken this line of work. Therefore, my life is less important than those around me. Every time.
Yeah.
There's no thinking. It's programmed in. So life and death things happen. That's part of the job.
Of course.
Okay, you kind of get used to it. Maybe there's a Russian affiliated with it, assigned to it. But the whole emotion, it threw me. And 24 hours later, because I may not be the sharpest crayon, 24 hours later, I'm like,
Ridiculous.
whoa. That little statement, what that meant was he saw what it's really like to have to make life-death decisions. And sometimes the bad guy's trying to shoot me. That's an easy one, right? But sometimes he's trying to hurt somebody else. And I got to take his life. Or this person that wants to kill me may be a woman or a child or something. And there's all kinds of extenuating circumstances that go into this that you've never really ran through in your head. Decision Tactical puts you through that voluntarily.
Yeah, genuinely.
And what's it say? It says, see, I'm affiliated here. Our motto is save lives.
I'd say he's affiliated.
Save lives.
They're right here on
and bridge divide.
on the shirt.
So save lives, all my brothers, and I'm here often because I'm referring people. I'm like,
we appreciate you. See,
hey, I got a hookup. I know somebody important at this agency. I want them to come down and see because I want our guys safe. Because if my people are safe, your people are safe.
100%.
Civilians are safe when mine are. So I keep bringing dudes down, but man, that bridge divides element is so huge. Save lives, cool, big stuff. But, the agency, I'm going to go on a limb and say the agency I worked for, and I'm proud to have served them, was the Orlando Police Department. And they drill into our heads to treat everyone with dignity and respect. You can be cussing me a new one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do my best to treat you with dignity and respect. And if somebody threatens your life, I'm saving your life.
So,
You just told me all about my mom's past life, or whatever it is. That's how we're wired. And unfortunately, especially in the last political season, cops got a bad look. They took a few cases and really exploited them and just kept mesmerizing everybody with the same pictures to where they thought cops were evil. And Decision Tech changes people's minds.
Yeah, I'm happy you feel that way.
I teared up just then. I don't know if you saw it with the American flag. The Eagles
the Eagle. They hear the theme music. But we appreciate that. I'm so happy we were able to sit down here and chat. Yeah, you're a friend, a hero. And I appreciate everything you do and all the stuff you're going to do. And speaking of what's next for Steve Kelley? What you got going on?
Oh man, that's real good. Well, at my assignment, so at work, we keep churning out the highest quality recruits you could ever ask for.
Yeah.
Highest quality training, highest standards, because I tell them the one thing I expect from you, them being the recruits, is excellence.
Yep.
That's all I'm asking. In every detail, I want excellence. And as a result of that and how hard we push them, and man, we push them. We push them real hard. We have agencies from all over the state of Florida and Southeast that come shopping for their next hire. They want to find officers at our agency, at our academy. So I love that. But the other thing is I'm just thrilled, and I mean that, to be a part of Decision Tech.
Nice. Yeah.
Thrilled to be able to bring people here. I've referred quite a few agencies here, quite a few political figures, but also just regular people that I know. Folks, come down here, get the experience. You will learn to appreciate law enforcement. And if you're not careful, you might just love them. I don't know. It could happen.
Well, we love you. The camera loves you. I appreciate everything.
Man, my pleasure, brother.
This is fun. And thank you for your insight. It means a lot to us and the community.